Thank you very much for earlier. I felt quite nervous, but I'm grateful for the opportunity to meet you. I look forward to building a happy family together with Gabriel from now on. I hope we can rely on your support in the years ahead. Wait a minute. I think you're misunderstanding something. Pardon me? Who expressed approval of you marrying my son? What do you mean? Nobody said it's okay for you to marry my son, right? As far as I recall, even my husband didn't mention anything about your marriage. Please, don't make assumptions, okay? No way. Today, we came to seek approval for Gabriel and my marriage. Since everything went smoothly, I was considering starting to plan the wedding, but... Oh, really? Don't make me laugh. We come from a long line of beautiful wives, you know? We don't approve of marrying someone who's not attractive. What? Didn't you hear what my husband said? What did he say? He said, "I'm sorry, but you need to get the hell out of here." He's so timid. He should have said it louder. Oh no, I didn't notice at all. I wish you could sense the atmosphere at least. Marrying into our family with that level of unattractiveness is absolutely out of the question. Dad feels the same way, so there's no chance for you to marry my son. That's really harsh. Gabriel and I have been living together for over a year. He always compliments me. He has never said such a terrible thing to me. And yet... Ah, that child has no sense of judgment. Huh? So today was more about us evaluating you. It wasn't really about getting to know you. What a misunderstanding that was. But we are adults. The decision to marry or not is ultimately up to Gabriel and me, isn't it? Yes, it is. That's why Gabriel has decided. Decided about what? I've been telling you. The marriage with you isn't going to happen. We both already decided to get married. We've loved each other for so long. We talked about getting married. So we came to see you for your blessings. You may have thought so, but my son felt differently. Huh? He seemed to have become anxious about whether it's okay to proceed with the marriage as it stands. What made him feel that way? Of course it's about whether you're attractive or not. If you're not attractive, I want to reconsider the marriage. I'll tell my son about this instead. What? You didn't pass because you're not attractive enough. Excuse me? Are you being serious? I can't believe Gabriel's mother is such a terrible person. Obviously. Why would I joke about such a thing? Wait a minute. Does Gabriel truly feel that way? Did he genuinely mean what he said? That's right. If you think it's a lie, you should ask Gabriel directly. After all, we're Gabriel's parents, you know. We're just here to support him. Well, in that case, would it mean breaking off the engagement? You're right. I don't think breaking off the engagement is the right term here, since there might not have been an engagement to begin with. What? It's too one-sided. You really believed you were good enough for my son, didn't you? What do you mean? My son works for an elite company and lives in a nice apartment. He's out of your league. You should have been aware of that and refrained yourself. It's because you shamelessly clung to my son that things turned out like this. Talk about being oblivious to your own station. What? You came to our apartment? Of course! My son showed me around. You two were sneaking around when I'm not home? I can't believe both you and Gabriel. Oh, my husband was with us too. What? Living in such a luxurious apartment, even if it's a rental, seems a bit extravagant for someone like you. My son deserves a woman who matches that level of lifestyle, don't you think? Wow. What I'm trying to say is, I'm looking for a suitable partner for my son. Huh? Well, I already have someone in mind. She's a nice girl from a good family, and she suits my son way better than you do. That's terrible. Oh, was that necessary? If you truly love Gabriel, you should confront reality. Acknowledge your shortcomings and gracefully step back. You'll never be enough for my son. What a dreadful family. I'm utterly disillusioned now. Well, I believe it's quite common for parents to wish for their son's happiness. Don't you agree? I've heard enough. Excuse me. Mom? Hi, Miranda. What's wrong? I thought you were meeting with Gabriel's parents today. Yeah. You must have been nervous. Yeah. My little girl is getting married. You were so tiny, and now you're all grown up. I'm sure your father in heaven is happy and relieved too. He used to worry if you could get married. Because you were quite a tomboy. I see. I don't remember much about it. I don't blame you. That was a long time ago. We worked so hard together after your father passed away. We were a good team. I'm going to be a little sad, but I'll be happy if you'll be happy. That's the thing, Mom. Is everything okay? I'm not getting married anymore. Wait, what do you mean? The engagement is called off. Why? You and Gabriel were so in love. Well, this is what happened. Miranda! You suddenly stopped responding to me without finishing our conversation. Are you breaking off the engagement with my son? We're already in the process of arranging his marriage. Arrangement? So that's what he wants to do? You haven't talked to him about it yet? He hasn't been home in a while now. There's no way I can talk to him, even if I wanted to. Isn't that clear enough for you? He doesn't want to deal with you. He probably feels bad and just wants to keep everything low-key. You don't get that? What? Isn't it excessively harsh to unilaterally break off the engagement without even having a conversation? That's too much. There are a lot of women who want to marry my son. What? He works for a well-known company nationwide, right? And with his dedication, he's on track for a significant promotion. Women in the world wouldn't just overlook a man who can work and earn money, would they? So, you know what? It seems that among the women I had my eye on, there's someone who fits my son's taste. Did you really have to tell me that? You wanted me to call off the engagement for some dumb reason. I can't even talk to Gabriel. And yet, a woman who fits him appears? What's going on with that? Well, that's just how it is. I hope you've come to your senses. You can't be a part of our family. You're not suitable. A man like my son, who works for a well-known company with a high income, should marry a woman who is worthy of it. I see. You have no idea who I am, do you? Huh? What are you talking about? You're just the woman that got dumped by my son. Please don't think this will end here. I don't want to get involved with you again. Likewise.
Miranda, long time no see. Are you still living in the apartment?
That's the reason you reached out? You really are a piece of shit.
Whoa, calm down. Can you please move out there as soon as possible?
Huh?
Actually, I'm marrying the woman my mom introduced me to. We've already set a date for the wedding.
I see. I had no idea you were that kind of person. I'm blindsided.
And we're going to move into that fancy apartment after the wedding. We need to prepare things for the house, so please leave as soon as possible.
You're really clueless, aren't you?
I understand that you're frustrated.
Huh?
You were supposed to marry me, but you weren't good looking enough, so... I know you were dreaming about marrying me, but oh well.
Get over yourself. I'm grateful that this happened.
Stop acting tough.
Don't ever reach out to me again. I don't want anything to do with you.
Likewise. Just a quick reminder. Don't you ever think of crawling back to me and asking me to marry you. Blame your parents for being ugly.
How much of a piece of shit are you?
Hey, Gabriel just called me. He said you got him fired from his company. He's about to get married. He can't lose his job. What are you going to do?
What am I going to do about it? Absolutely nothing. I'm sure Gabriel saw that coming.
What do you mean?
You know the company that he used to work for? I work there too.
What?
My mother is also the CEO of that company.
What? She's the CEO?
Yeah, she is. It was my father's company. But after he fell sick and passed away, my mother decided to run the company after him. I believe it was my mother's hard work that made the company successful.
But why is Gabriel fired?
You really don't know anything, do you?
Huh?
He was fired from his previous company.
Fired?
He was often late and had a bad work ethic. He was always on his phone playing games during work hours. Since his sales performance wasn't improving, and considering his attitude, his boss finally gave up on him.
I didn't know anything about that.
I mean, it doesn't look good for him, so why would he tell you?
Then how does he work for your company?
Because of my mother. She doesn't want me to marry someone who's unemployed.
Why would she revoke it if she was the one who offered it? You said something unnecessary, didn't you?
I didn't say anything unnecessary. I was just being honest about what had happened since our meeting. It's my mother, you know.
You probably shouldn't have said anything. Now Gabriel is fired.
Pardon me?
Convince the CEO to give his job back.
You want me to do that? Why would I do such a thing? Why would this company hire a man who doesn't have the guts to handle business himself? You've got to be kidding me.
You're enjoying this, huh? You enjoy seeing Gabriel getting depressed, don't you?
Huh? That's not my thing. You're the one who finds pleasure in others' misfortune. You call me ugly, and you say I'm not good enough for your son. You said I can't be a part of your family because I'm not attractive enough. Those are words that can simply hurt someone's feelings. How can you say such things?
Ugh, we're not getting anywhere with this. I'll talk to your mother directly.
Sure, go ahead.
Excuse me. Are you the CEO? I'm Gabriel's mother.
Yes, I am. Gabriel's mother. Karen, right? How can I help you?
I heard that my son got fired.
That's right. Before my daughter's marriage, I learned that your son was terminated from his previous job. I didn't want my daughter to marry someone without employment, so I extended an offer of employment to him. However, given the recent events surrounding the engagement and your conversation with my daughter, it seems there's no longer a reason for him to remain with my company.
But please, it was Miranda's fault.
How is it my daughter's fault?
Well, Miranda has been disrespecting and mistreating my son who lost his job. Moreover, she has shown anger towards the notion of being with an unemployed man, engaging in promiscuous behavior. Given these circumstances, it's understandable that my son would want to end the engagement. It likely wasn't an easy decision for him. However, I found it strange that he was fired, prompting me to contact you. Could you please reconsider rescinding the job offer? I'm begging you.
Miranda did that?
Yes. Maybe not around you. That's the kind of woman she is.
That's odd, because as soon as she learned he was fired, she came to me seeking help for him. The next day, she approached the executives, seeking their approval. It's hard to believe that Miranda would act in such a manner towards Gabriel, especially considering what she did for him. She was genuinely looking forward to working with him.
Oh, really? Gabriel never mentioned anything about that to me.
Well, it's not looking good for him right now. It was Gabriel who betrayed Miranda's kindness, not the other way around. So why would I hire Gabriel?
Well, then he'll end up unemployed.
Actually, I happen to know the president of the company where Gabriel used to work. From what I've heard, he had quite a bad track record. Tardiness, unauthorized absences, lack of seriousness, and intimidation of colleagues. He faced numerous internal complaints, and it seems his boss finally decided to fire him.
Unfortunately, Gabriel didn't seem to understand the reason for his dismissal, did he? Is that true? Gabriel did all that? Yes. Ma'am, I don't think any employer would hire someone with a bad track record, right? Before you approach me directly, wouldn't it be more prudent to focus on re-educating your son? What? Do me a favor. Please refrain from contacting me or my daughter in the future. Thank you and goodbye. Miranda! What's up? How did it go talking to my mother? Well, about that, she seems very upset. Absolutely. Any mother would feel upset after being told such an outrageous story. Besides, Gabriel has always had a bad reputation. No company would hire someone like that. Then what about his future? He's about to get married. That's none of my business. Let me tell you another thing. That apartment that you liked so much, it was under my name. Huh? Just think about it. How can a man who gets fired at his job and has no savings can afford it? I'm canceling the lease at the end of this month. Please make sure to inform Gabriel about that. Oh no. The other day, your son reached out to me telling me to move out of the apartment. Is he out of his mind? Just to clarify, I highly doubt there are any landlords willing to lease a property to someone without a job. Then where are they going to live? That sounds like their problem. I have nothing to do with that. No savings? No job? No place to live? How does he plan to support himself after getting married? Well, I guess we'll see. Please, I beg you. Can you help him even just to find a job? Please, talk to your mother and ask her to reconsider. No way. Our company is made up of diligent employees, and the atmosphere is very peaceful. We can't let an arrogant person like Gabriel into such an environment. I decline. Don't say that. You lived with him, right? You loved him, right? You wanted to marry him, remember? Then help him. I don't care if you marry my son. Do you think I'm stupid? You're ugly, so I reject you. You don't fit into our family. Those are the exact words you told me. So why would I even consider helping your son? You've got to be kidding me. Miranda, please. I would never help you guys in my life. Please do not contact me again. I will ask for compensation from you and your son. Compensation? Yes. Since I couldn't even talk to him in person, and the engagement was called off unilaterally without any reason, you know. No way. There's no way he can pay you. My mother already hired a good lawyer, so just talk to our lawyer. That's troublesome. Remember what I told you? Huh? I told you, don't think this will just end easily. Well then, let's leave it to the law. I'll block all your contact information from now on. Oh, please give my regards to your son. Miranda, wait! I'm not done talking! Miranda! After Gabriel lost his job and was unable to stay in the apartment due to it not being in his name, his fiancée decided to call off the marriage outright. Given the unstable circumstances, it's a logical decision. Gabriel, being forced to leave the apartment, reluctantly returned to his parents' home. However, with Gabriel unable to cover his living expenses and the compensation, relying solely on Karen's pension, they had to sell their family home. Now, they seem to be living modestly with the remaining money from the sale, but it's only a matter of time before they run out. I don't know what will happen to them next. Well, it's no longer my concern. I am working as hard as I can for the company, cooperating with my mother. I'm also excited about the prospect of being promoted to department manager soon, which adds even more meaning to my work.